How to get a hamster to sleep. Hamsters often make good pets, but they can have a lot of energy, and sometimes it's challenging to get them to sleep. Hamsters are most often active during the evenings and at night, so they will want to sleep during the day and not at night. This can be distracting to hamster owners, who may find themselves kept awake at night by a loud, playful hamster. Although you may be able to incline your hamster to be more active during the evening, you also need to be respectful of your hamster's natural sleeping times, and give it time to sleep during the day. Adjusting your hamster's sleep patterns. Understand that hamsters are crepuscular. This means that, while hamsters are not technically nocturnal, awake only at night, they are most active during dawn and dusk periods, and will be more active at night than during the day. If you have a hamster in your room, they will naturally want to play at night. Play with your hamster during the early evening. If your hamster wants to sleep, let it, but as soon as it's awake again, continue playing with it. This may incline your hamster to stay up more during the day, since it will enjoy the play and attention, and the hamster may then be tired out and sleep better at night. Do this for several days or even weeks until your hamster starts to wake up earlier in the evenings to play. Your hamster will still be active at night, but you can teach it to expect some activity during the day, too. Feed your hamster in the early evening. Even if your hamster isn't inclined to wake up until later in the evening, you can try feeding them slightly earlier. If you do this routinely, your hamster will associate getting up earlier with getting fed, and it will begin to get up earlier naturally. Take out all the toys at night and replace them in the day. This way, your hamster will not have anything to play with during the day, which may make them more inclined to sleep and rest. Give your hamster a new toy or a treat every day to keep him up and active. Be sensitive to your breed of hamster. You should be able to find out what breed of hamster you own, either by checking with the pet store clerk before or after you buy the pet, or by looking up your hamster's physical description online. The three most common types of hamster are dwarf, Syrian, and Chinese. Syrian hamsters have relatively inflexible sleep schedules. They need to sleep during the day and have their activity times during evening and night. Dwarf and Chinese hamsters, on the other hand, have more flexible sleep schedules. They may get used to activities during the day, and begin to wake up naturally for play. 4. How to set a routine for your hamster. Hamsters can make sweet and adorable pets, but they have a tendency to overeat and stay up all night making noise. Your hamster's daily schedule isn't set in stone, though. You can adjust it until you find a daily structure that benefits both you and your hamster. Work on its sleeping, eating, and exercising routines to make your hamster the healthiest it can be. Establishing a sleep routine. Watch your hamster's sleep patterns. Hamsters are nocturnal, so they will likely only wake up for short periods of time during the day and then they'll be active at night. Keep track of when your hamster is awake by writing it down or adding it to a daily planner. Eventually you should notice trends in its sleep routine. An example of a possible sleep routine is rising at dawn and dusk to eat and exercise for a few hours before going back to sleep. Your hamster will also wake a few times during the day to snack. Make gradual changes to its waking time. If you want to wake your hamster earlier than it normally rises, you'll need to make gradual changes so that it can adapt to the new schedule slowly. If, for example, it wakes at 8 o'clock and you want it up at 7 o'clock, start waking it at 7:45 for about a week. Then move to 7:30 for several days, and follow this pattern until it's waking up at 7 o'clock. Don't try to adjust your hamster's sleep schedule by more than an hour. This will stress it out and potentially cause illness. Place fresh food outside the cage to wake your hamster. To prompt your hamster to wake up at an earlier time, place a small bowl of food just outside its cage. It will smell fresh veggies, fruits, or seeds, and it should begin to stir. Wake it earlier by blowing on it or talking to it. If food doesn't inspire your hamster to get up, blow on it lightly until it starts to stir, or talk to it so it becomes aware of your voice. Don't reach into the cage and pick up a sleepy hamster, or you might get bitten. Respect its nocturnal schedule. If you've tried several methods to change up your hamster's sleep schedule without success, you may need to accept that it isn't meant to be a daytime creature. Trying to force a hamster away from its nocturnal schedule can result in a grumpy and unhealthy pet.